All right, people send me this video. People keep asking me to talk about Adam22 and all this other stuff. I don't really care. Like, I'm not super invested. But you guys want to watch it? Whatever. It's a Tom Dark video. This is what you sent me. Let's watch it. Very nice. He's got a nice gear on.
Of the popular No Jumper, Adam22 is the host of the popular No Jumper podcast, as well as the owner of the YouTube channel No Jumper, which is actually the home to a number of shows, some of which he appears on, some of which he doesn't. The channel has got more than 10 million views in the last 30 days, which is quite a bit of money when translated into Google AdSense dollars, especially considering those views are...
Well, the watch time, more important. But also, he's probably getting an insane amount of watch time. I wonder what his watch time is. That's crazy. I guess I can't see that, or I'm an idiot.
Days, which is quite a bit of money when translated into Google AdSense dollars, especially considering those views are mostly on long podcasts, which can be like 1 to 3 hours long. So the No Jumper machine is generating quite a bit of revenue. On top of that, he also runs the Plug Talk podcast, which is a show on OnlyFans. It's basically this podcast where they bring adult film stars on and talk to them about their gross, weird lifestyle, where they
hey. Not wrong.
Get covered in fluids of all manner. The Twitter account alone for that show has like 250,000 followers or something like that, so I would guess they're making a pretty good amount of money. Adam himself is kind of a psychotic money-making machine, doing like multiple podcasts a day, doing this OnlyFans podcast, also doing other OnlyFans content. I mean, the guy is on his grind set, okay?
Damn, he sold he sold that kick pretty well. Jesus Christ.
Now, too long ago, I actually talked about Adam on my channel after allegations were made that he slept with a 16-year-old when he was in his 20s. They were brought to the forefront by a guy who calls himself an amateur creep catcher who went on the No Jumper podcast, and then he, without telling Adam or telling Flacco or anyone else on the show, he started an Instagram live and called Adam out on the show, basically calling him a predator. The origin...
Well, that's not good. How old was he? What the hell? I never even heard that before. Jesus.
The origin of this story itself was a blog post Adam made a long time ago where he described a relationship with said girl.
We talking about the whole lust situation and everything, but I'll be a hypocrite if I don't address the situation that happened with you.
There is no situation with me.
Now, any of the math inclined out there are probably reading this and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then, how old was she then? Well, she was 16. But come on, man, look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of the pics here, but she didn't look much different at all back.
So they're 4-year age difference? Yeah, it's not good, but I wouldn't call that a predator. 20 and 16 I think is inappropriate, but like it's not predatory.
Back then. If statutory is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Bruh.
Now, I could make the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm sure traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal as hell. But really, an argument, she was stupid hot and I wanted in.
Bruh.
Oh, that doesn't really communicate that you regret it and that you're like, oh, I made it. Okay, incredible stuff. Jesus Christ. Or you could have been like, yeah, you know what? I was being stupid then. Or something. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
Now, this got a ton of attention online. But given there's no police involvement and Adam currently denies that it happened and instead claims that people are misinterpreting his blog post from back in the day and that she was actually not...
He said his 20s? What did that just say right there, though? Doesn't it say right here? Not only the math inclined out there, we're probably reading this and thinking something like, if she's 19 now, you were 23 then. Oh, you were 23 then. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, oh, what the fuck? I thought that it said she's 19 like now and you were 20 or you're 23 now. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, there's really no explaining that. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're 23 and she was 16? Jesus fuck, man. What the fuck? I mean, I guess you could say, well, that's technically age of consent, but I mean, Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm sure traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal as hell, but really, an argument, she was stupid hot and I wanted in. Now, this got a ton of attention online, but given there's no police involvement and Adam currently denies that it happened and instead claims that people are misinterpreting his blog post from back in the day and that she was actually 19 years old when they slept together, it kind of just became dead in the water. Adam continued posting his podcast and doing his content. Meanwhile, his accusers and critics kind of faded into obscurity. But that doesn't mean they went away. Thanks to those allegations going mainstream, there's now an audience of people waiting to make fun of and mock Adam at any given opportunity, right? They're basically sitting, just being like, okay, when's the next time we can, quote tweet Adam on Twitter or find something viral to make fun of him with? And I'm not necessarily saying those people are wrong for doing that, but they are definitely doing it. And most recently, he gave them a reason to make fun of him on a silver platter. Something I've neglected to mention up until this point is that Adam's co-host on his OF show, and the reason it has his name, is his wife, Lena the Plug. She's also an adult film star, but as of the time they got together, they had a close relationship in terms of guys. They would do...
Okay, so like she was a porn star, but she was no longer able to star with guys. I guess they could still do girls. Okay, I guess that's something. All right. I mean, I don't know, man. Personally, I don't know if I could date a porn star at all. You know, definitely not active. I mean, I don't know if I have the equipment. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's solid. You know, I put on a good show, but I mean, like, it's like the difference between a really good local convention versus like Comic-Con. Like, I can't put up with that shit. You know what I mean? How the fuck do I compete with Comic-Con? Holy, you know what I mean? That's insane. It's fucking insane.
Do threesomes on camera, I believe. I think they even did one with Trisha Paytas, or maybe that was a solo with just Adam and Trisha. I don't know. Either way, I unfortunately got that spammed in my Twitter replies and had to see how disgusting it was. But regardless, they did threesomes, but only with other girls. Okay.
Don't lie. Don't lie. I mean, listen. She's not really that bad looking. She's just a bad person. You know what I mean? So.
Hey.
No guys allowed.
Well, back in May, they ended up getting married in Italy.
Wow. Don't fuck with me, bro. Jesus Christ, this sounds is crazy.
And, you know, good for them. It was nice to see that they got together, even though they have an unconventional marriage. You know, these days, a lot of these celebs like Destiny have different kinds of relationships where he and his wife see other people, Sneeko included. OnlyFans and Fansly are really making everyone more positive. So who am I to judge, right? People are going to do what they want with their relationships. End of the day, nothing I say is really going to change how they act. So there's no point in really like ragging on them too much for it. Well, Twitter and Reddit and everyone are not in agreement with that. They're judging Adam a lot right now because of this clip that his wife posted titled "It Finally Happened" with a nervous red face emoji.
No, you can't do that. That has to be a violation. I'm pretty sure she like slept with a black guy or something if she wanted to. Like, whatever, fine. All right, but my biggest thing is, why would you post that? That feels disrespectful to me. You know, when I was in a polyamorous relationship, one of the biggest things was like, hey, like it was kind of like a don't ask, don't tell kind of a thing. For the most part, like we didn't really talk about it. You know, we didn't like, you know, I don't know. And we had boundaries. You know, you could only talk about certain things and like, you know what I mean? Because you still get jealous. But she's like, it finally happened with that face. You know how fucking insecure that would make me if my wife ever said anything about that? How do I compete with like another person? You know what I mean? Like that's fucking crazy. Bro, I could imagine somebody fucking glazing the shit. Like my wife glazing the fuck out of some other dude would kill me, bro. What the that would fucking ruin my life. I'd be devastated. That's fucked up.
With a water droplet just to show how nervous and bashful she is. And then she adds a guy called Jason Love.
Damn.
Says, dropping 7...
That dude, who the fuck can compete with that guy? Holy shit. Oh my god. That's fucking insane. That's like what that guy's incredible. He's hot.
13, mark your calendars.
Oh, she's dropping it for like a plug to her thing. Still, bro. Damn.
What is it that finally happened? What is coming out, guys? What's going to be released here? What is Lena at the Plug so excited for? Let's watch this video, and maybe it'll give us a little more insight as to what's actually going on.
Hey guys, guess what I'm shooting with today?
Is that racist? Are you being racist? Shooting?
Oh my god. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Bro.
No, dude.
Oh, no. You have to be trolling. You have to be kidding.
God bless him.
You have to be kecking me. This is bad. This is really bad. And she even made this her pinned tweet. Now, you would expect the replies from her audience and Adam's fans to just be like, you know, encouraging this behavior because they do a lot of adult content anyway. It's not exactly a secret that they do videos together. I mean, it's all over Lena's Twitter, so it's not surprising, right? But no, this tweet actually ended up leaving his target audience and is it's filled with people calling Adam a cuck. And with this being the talk of the town, someone on Adam's show decided to ask him why he let this happen, why he let his wife finally do it, and his answer was basically,
well, look, guys, she's just built for it.
So I've been with my girl for 7 years. We just got married. We're not in an open relationship.
Just got married, bro.
From a porn perspective, we shoot with other girls, stuff like that, right?
Okay, let's hear it.
But no other guys is busting her shit out.
Well, you guessed it. Over the weekend,
Something like that happened.
she filmed her first ever scene with another man.
I know you was
Did you allow it to happen? Did you guys have a conversation about it at least?
mad. You was angry,
I agreed to it, so I was.
okay.
I say
All right.
angry might not be the word.
but you was kind of like disappointed a little bit. Like, you vibe like cut, that's your sitch.
You know, I agreed to
hood.
it. She gave me a lot of outs on the way in. Like, she kind of kept telling me, like, if you don't want me to, I won't do it.
You
You
should
know,
have said no.
I said that I wanted
You
her to
already
do
got
it. I'm
millions
like,
on top of
I'm
millions
dead.
of dollars, Adam. You didn't do that shit.
fair enough. But I
Come
told her,
on,
I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it
All
out the
right,
way.
so how do you find?
Let's get out of that. Listen, he's just letting her hit her bucket list. God bless. You know, God bless.
About it now.
She's
Do I
32.
need to get you an old English?
No. Yeah, I don't need to drown the pain in Old English. But I was kind of
Oh shit, Destiny's there. I didn't even see him.
surprised because I feel like I can like intellectualize it, and from my perspective, I don't think it should be a big deal. Yeah. But then after she actually did it, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel kind of odd.
Did you watch? That's like the worst, I think.
You know,
neighbor
a
Chris,
little bit of
I
that
know
feeling
how
in the belly,
See,
you know?
You've been with her for 7
Well, I bet she felt it in her fucking belly, dude. Jesus Christ. Damn.
years, bro. I can't imagine doing something like this. I like some.
I mean, listen. You know, I'm not at that age. Like, my wife and I have, you know, we're pretty closed off at this point, pretty much. But you know, maybe in the future, you know, I could see it. I guess. You know what I hope? You know what I hope? I hope that it doesn't ruin their relationship, because I feel like that would have ruined mine. You know, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. So, because damn, that's just how I would. I don't know if I could ever recover from that. I just don't.
Some of Adam's podcasts, you'd probably call me a fan of the channel No Jumper. The same goes for people like Destiny, but as far as their relationships go, I've always had a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that they function as normal people, while the woman they love is having intercourse with other men. Like, I thought the whole point of a relationship was that exclusivity, right? That bond. It's like, you know, you like this one person enough that you decide to be just with them. That's the point of it, right? And then these dudes kind of break that standard and redefine a relationship's entire meaning by being with someone who also sleeps with other people. And they sleep with other people too. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I know sometimes relationships are complicated and cheating happens, but having it like baked into the cake where both of you are planning the entire time to do this just really weirds me out, bro. It does. And apparently it weirds out a lot of others as well, given the facts that all of Twitter is absolutely roasting Adam right now. Adam22 make enough money for his wife to retire, by the way. She just enjoys getting detonated. Is the word, wait, is it detonated? Is it really detonated? She just enjoys getting detonated by other guys too much to stop. On the original tweet announcing their marriage, even Leafy...
There's a little bit of a truth there, I suppose. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like, damn, I just wouldn't have anything public to say about it, because it's like, generally, like on Twitter, it's like, it is what it is. Like, not my relationship. I don't get it. You know, because it's more than just it's more than just the of sex. Like, it's about love as well, of course. It's just that, like, sex is very bonding. You know, you bond during sex in like a very intimate way. You know, so oh my God, stop with this fucking fireballs.
He replied to it asking for a turn with Lena. This really is reminiscent of the infamous like Mel Time clip, which went pretty viral a month or so ago, and basically shows like, you know, Destiny and his wife Melina are hanging out, and then this guy Abba from the Abba and Preach channel comes up and like wants to dance with her, and Destiny's
well,
like,
I think the dance is a little different than you know, getting it in. Oh, I'm gonna die here. Fuck my mom.
Like, uh-oh, Mel Time. And it just well, you can imagine how that one was fucking memed, right?
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Do you think that Abbott was trying to put a little bit of Riz on her? Because it's possible. He might have been doing like, let's see where it goes, you know? A little flirtatious.
Mel time.
Why did I say this?
Mel time. It's Mel time.
The response makes it so weird, though. It's a Mel time.
Okay, so we're just doing...
I've never seen it in its entirety. Oh, no.
Right. Yeah?
And then
He does look uncomfortable with the situation. Oh, fuck, dude. He looked so uncomfortable. I've never seen it before. He looks uncomfortable. Okay.
And there have been other clips as well of Melina where she references this and just, you know, I get that they're together and have an open relationship and are comfortable with themselves or whatever, but sometimes when I see these interactions, it comes across to me like she's playing into it and trying to embarrass
I could have swore I had like my ally here, but I guess I'm fucking stupid as shit and wrong. These two fucking assholes down here decided to just go away.
Like offering Mel time to some dude who comes to speak to her during a live event.
Mel
like
time.
Getting all flirty with him, right?
You call me Destiny's wife, bro.
Yeah, well, I don't know your name. I don't know his name here. But,
Mel time. You want Mel time?
What's your name?
Melina.
Melina, okay.
Yeah, Mel time.
I don't want Mel. I'm Melina.
You want Mel time. No. Well, you're asking me a question, so you get Mel time.
Like, that's just not a good look. Like, even if you're comfortable with your relationship enough to show that off publicly, I feel like it's kind of humiliating to him. I don't
think it's that bad of a look. He does look uncomfortable. Although I will say, I don't know. I don't know. Seeing that, it looked uncomfortable. It is what it is.
No, bro, this just seems like a bit too far in my opinion. Even if you are in an open relationship, why go out of your way to produce clips that are obviously going to be reposted and go viral with the sole purpose of mocking you and your significant other? You know what I mean? I feel
What do you mean? Who did that?
I feel like if you have something weird about you, let's say you're a furry, let's say you are, you know,
Were they trying to make clips out of that? Is that what he's trying to say?
strange in some other way.
That good New York fentanyl.
Let's say you have an open relationship. I feel like you have an obligation to yourself and to others who are kind of a part of that group, right? I mean, I guess you don't literally have an obligation, but I probably would behave this way. I feel like you have an obligation and a need to produce the least clippable, cringy moments related to that identity that you can, or else when those get posted all over the internet, it completely invalidates your identity, right? A lot of people are going to just mock you for it, and that sucks. I feel like they should be trying to produce the least amount of clips like this possible.
Well, that doesn't really matter, right? Like them joking about it, them making it public, that's up to their relationship boundaries. I think it's weird, but that's their relationship boundaries. So it really isn't for us to be like, oh, well, I feel like you shouldn't do this or that. They should adhere to their relationship boundaries as long as they're doing that, which it seems like they are. It really doesn't matter. Like what we have to say really doesn't really matter. So it's just, oh, fuck, these guys are going to fucking dumpster my asshole.
There's a lot of people, when they find out who Destiny is, if they find out he has an open relationship, maybe it doesn't bother them that much, but if they see clips like this, he just comes across as a clown to them. You know what I mean? There really is no benefit to having people mock you for stuff.
Well, that's just, but who cares then? Like, right? Like your argument is like, oh, people might look down on him. Like, why would he be concerned with those people though? Why would he want that audience of people who would look down on him for being in an open relationship in some capacity? You know, you don't need to maximize your audience at like any stakes or any stake. You know, you act like who you are, and you know, and then you see if people will follow you. That's it. You don't need to be like, oh, people might make fun of me. Like, that's just a very kind of immature thing to do, to be like, I'm going to hide something that's very much a part of myself just so people might not make fun of me, right? Like, you know, I mean, I understand some people do that when they feel like they're in fear of something.
Stuff like this. Then again, maybe people like Adam and Lena get off on the humiliation. That could be another part of it, right? I'm not in their heads, so there's no way to truly know their intentions, but maybe they like...
Well, it sounds like Adam was just having a vulnerable moment. Just like with that, I guess that's pretty much it. And people are busting his shit now, so whatever. I mean, if he did fuck a 16-year-old 23, I don't really... He's a fucking scumbag anyway, so who cares?
People making fun of them for this stuff. But yeah, it just seems like a rough spot to be in, and the way they talk about it publicly is really not helping the situation at all. People are also comparing Adam to Sneeko now, given what happened. Like with this clip titled, Sneeko watching Adam22 do the same shit he did.
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Adam22's
again, when it comes to Sneeko, though, like with that whole situation where they tried an open relationship, it really wasn't that big of a deal. The reason people are clowning on him is because he's an asshole and he deserves to be clowned on because of that. But the relationship itself was like that's just something that they did to experiment in their relationship. He's just a scumbag. That's why they give him so much shit.
It was begging him to grow a pair and tell her she's not going to go f another man. She said she asked him, "Are you sure?" like 3 times. And that podcast clip I showed earlier is actually not the only time Adam talked about this. He even talked about it in a separate clip where he like announced that it was coming, which has been reposted to the No Jumper Clip channel, aptly titled "Adam reveals that Lena did a BBC scene." And the No Jumper channel,
Damn, they're really plugging it. Hey, I guess the way he's looking at it is, if my wife already fucked this guy, I might as well plug it and make money off of it. You know, personally, I would stop moving away from my son or pissing me off. Personally, I would, you know what I do with that money? Disney. If I had a lot of money, bro, I would genuinely consider moving to Florida. I need enough money though to move to Florida to be around Disney, to get annual passes, and to be able to get better schooling for my kids too. Because they're gonna have to do private school to go to fucking Florida. Florida is an abysmal dog shit educational system. It's fucking actually like a nightmare. After the whole thing where like we have to investigate a teacher for playing a Disney movie in class because there was a gay kissing scene, or not even a kissing scene. There's a gay guy in this movie for 2 minutes. That's when I realized that the education there is fucking abysmal dog shit garbage.
No Jumper official clips channel named this clip. Did you have to put BBC? Couldn't you have just done like she filmed a new kind of porn, she filmed a new kind of adult video? Did you have to put BBC in the title, bro? Come on. This is what I'm saying. They're trying to humiliate themselves. And in this video, he basically says that the reason he did it is because he felt his wife's adult video career or whatever was being held back by the fact she only did videos with him. Whereas if she did a video with other dudes, it would fulfill a lot of other people's fantasies.
Hey, God bless.
I guess that like a lot of people have been asking for her to do a video with someone that isn't Adam. That's supposedly been the most highly requested.
I don't know, man. Isn't Adam? I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Requested thing on her pages or whatever.
The reality is that her career has been, you know, helped by me for sure, but also held back by me to a certain extent because of the fact that we would only shoot together. And
take a man to realize that.
The number one thing that she gets asked,
that's a little cope, but okay.
She gets requested, whatever, is they want to see her shoot with another guy.
Another guy. Okay.
This is how you know Adam
Whatever.
is. I mean,
Whatever,
like I said, like a psychotic money-making machine. And the same goes.
I don't think it means that he's a psychotic money-making machine. I think that it's a factor. People are like, I want to see her fuck another guy. Doesn't make him a psychotic money-making machine. He doesn't need the money, but you get more than just money out of like a career. Maybe it really fulfills her. Maybe it really fulfills her. Maybe her porn career really fulfills her pussy. I don't know. Yeah, but there, people get enjoyment out of their career. Everybody makes a lot of. If you're making less money to survive, or like Tom, he could just retire now and be fine for the rest of his life. But like he still makes content. There's a drive there to be more successful. So I don't think it's just money making stuff.
It's for Lena.
I just feel like we got enough money. We don't got to do all this crazy shit. There's a lot of girls who like that amount of money would change things for
It
them.
sounds more like she wanted to do it and the fans wanted it. He's like, all right, fuck it.
I already know how much fucking money this rich got in the bank. She don't got to do all that. I'll spend.
Nice
I'll buy
cover-up.
you a better Christmas present so that you don't have to take any black this year.
Oh my gosh! But what if it was a white? You seem so intimidated by the black.
I don't care if it what color. I was just saying black because that's what he's talking about.
Say it again, man.
That's a whole conversation, bro. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't watch porn with black guys in it. Not because I'm racist. Well, I am, but not because I'm racist. I can't imagine myself being like that. You know what I mean? Like as a dude, like you're watching a guy fuck a girl. You're kind of pretending you're the guy. You know what I mean? It's got to look as much like me as possible. Which is a little unrealistic anyway, I guess. But, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Say what?
What flavor are you into?
I don't only into one flavor, baby.
He would allow his wife to
racism.
have her back blown out by another man on video
come
at the
on.
expense of his
The
own
CC is
personal
fucking
dignity,
wild.
respect, and reputation, at the expense of thousands of people.
Well, I don't think that to him it's like a bunch of people that would like ruin his reputation. It seems like his reputation is fine. They're just clowning on him a little bit.
Making fun of him every single day for the rest of time. This will not go away. People will make fun of him for this forever.
Yeah, who cares? Like it's not that big of a deal. It's like a coward thing to do to like not do something just because people might make fun of you. So
Okay, people will bring it up on his show, and the only reason why is
just like at LAX for an hour. You and my sweet and spicy beef jerky keep me alive. I feel you, brother.
because it would make him more money, which is insane to me because it's not like he's strapped for cash. The dude is freaking loaded. He does not need more money. Both of them collectively are multi-millionaires, undoubtedly. She doesn't even need money. She makes a ton of money. But despite that, this is something they decided on together as a couple, that the best way forward to make more money was to unseal their relationship and have her shoot a video with another guy.
We've kind of had the conversation over the years, and I started to come to this realization that the reason why I didn't want her to do it was not because of my own personal jealousy or anything like that. It was really just the fact that I didn't want to be the guy who got roasted on the internet that week. I didn't want to be the one that everybody was making videos about whatever. And I slowly started to feel like that's kind of a stupid reason for me to hold her back from doing something that would realistically be very, very good for her career,
I mean, here he...
All right. I guess I can respect that, I suppose. I guess. That's something. That's just okay. I just don't get it.
He even knows people are going to make fun of him, and he says that's a bad reason to hold her back. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but at the same time, no, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, having your marriage invalidated and mocked online forever is a bad thing, and it's probably not worth whatever money you would make on that video. Like, is it 10 million?
I don't think that people are going to have the meltdown that Tom is assuming that they're going to. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. It's a little weird, and we have like a little fun, and then people are just going to move on and be like, it's silly. But if you actually think it makes like somebody less of a person because they have a relationship contract where it's okay for them to be open, this is your insecurity, man. I don't know what to say. And it's fine if you don't want to do that, but it's not that big of a deal.
$1 million you're making? No, it's probably like, I don't know, 20, 30,000, which is like good, but it's like, it's not that insane, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, well, I know the guy, I trust him. Like, dude, it's not really a factor here. Like, does it really matter? Does it make it better that you shook his fucking hand and like had a beer with him? I mean, I guess it's good you know him. You've met him, you shook his hand, because now you know that you've stared into the eyes of...
Well, yeah, actually, it does make sense that you would know him, and it would be better because when it comes to like sex in general, boundaries are constantly pushed back and forth, and it's usually by a guy. And so if you know the guy and you trust him and he's a professional, like you can realize that like whatever boundary they may have put in place beforehand isn't going to be something that like he's going to like violate in the middle of their interaction. So yeah, it actually does make sense. That makes a lot of sense.
To the dude who banged your wife on camera, okay? Every time you see him, you're not gonna like see him as like a normal dude. You're gonna imagine the guy who f***ed your wife, which is, you know, obviously like a natural human response. Like that's what you're gonna see, right? You're gonna feel insecure about that, but you willingly allowed that to happen and then like try to justify it on a podcast, bro. I really don't understand this at all.
I look at it like this, man. You understand, and I'm just gonna be transparent. Both of y'all, time's ticking. You only got so much time in this industry. The star industry is like a good haircut. You could be here today looking good, gone tomorrow, and it's just over. You know what I mean? So I feel like do it and capitalize off it now while you have the chance to capitalize on it, and don't wait until it starts to fall in an all-time low to say, okay, we'll finally do it. You got to hit it while it's high.
Adam, your time is ticking. The clock is running out, okay? You need your wife to film herself with other guys now. You need her to sleep with other men on video right now, bro, okay? Everybody.
Well, I mean, the point is that there's a very limited career doing porn. So
listen, I know you guys have been asking me, guys, Tom, how do I get my money up, okay? How do I make more money? How do I get to that next level of wealth, okay? How do I, you know, become successful? How do I become a successful entertainer? Well, I'm here to tell you guys that the newest method is to have your wife film herself sleeping with another man and post that online, okay? I know you guys are going to think, you know, maybe it's not going to work out. You're like, oh, maybe, you know, I'm not as famous as Adam22. My wife isn't Lena the Plug. She's not a famous adult video star. Why would that work out? But guys, listen, I'm telling you, this is the only way forward. So, just hit up your wife, hit up your girlfriend. I want you guys, I want you to connect her with the tallest black man you can find, and get them together and get that going, okay? Get that going, get that on video. I want you to edit it yourself so you have to live through the pain of watching that happen. And, you know, no matter what she says, she might be like, oh, but I like you. I don't want to cheat on you. Like, I only like you. I don't want to be with other guys. You need to convince her. You really need to convince her and break down the arguments.
I don't understand why he's going so hard in on this. Like, I get the criticism. I get it's weird. I don't understand like why he's coping so hard himself. Not even to be an asshole, but has he even had sex before? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying. What's going on here? But okay, whatever. Oh, I'm gonna fucking save him right there. Fuck.
Systematically, logically, heuristically on why she needs to cheat on you with another guy, okay? I'm just saying, that's the way to the top. That's what it takes these days. I know you guys are going to be on that real soon. Be sure to send all videos to turkeytombusiness@yahoo.com. I'm actually kidding. Don't do that. Please, don't do that. I regret saying that. Don't do that. Don't do that, please.
But that's part of it, too, is that we already know that we're going to probably have, like, another couple kids, and that this is just kind of like her doing what she can to make her OnlyFans go fucking crazy in the meantime, in the lead up to her basically exiting the game in a couple of years, you know?
Okay, and this highlights, I think, the most selfish thing about all of this, honestly. Like, if it was just Adam and Lena doing this, whatever, bro. Do what you want. People can make fun of it. But at the end of the day, like, you're both cool with it, right? Nothing I say really matters. But they have a kid, and they want to have more kids. Your kids are going to grow up knowing that their mom has slept with other dudes that are not their dad.
Who cares? Like, why does that matter? What do you think's going to happen to the kid? First of all, hot take. If your mom says sex with more than one person, they fuck someone other than your dad. Second of all, who cares? This all really just boils down to like not respecting porn stars, which is fine, but it really has no actual real world impact. And none of it matters. I'm sure the kid that's raised by millionaires will be just fine in his life, or her.
It is emasculating, okay? It makes them lose respect for their father. And on top of that, the other kids at school.
Why would it? They wouldn't, because they would raise them to think that that's not a big deal. So it wouldn't make them not respect the father. What are you talking about?
People are gonna know about it because they know that your dad's Adam22, and they're gonna watch the video. They're gonna show your child their mom getting banged on camera by another guy and laugh at it and mock her. It's gonna happen in school. It's gonna happen in the locker.
Or the kids will jerk off to it. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Room. They will be humiliated. Like, this is so embarrassing.
I think that you're just looking for reasons to care. Like, who fucking cares?
For a child, man. I'm pretty young, so, I'm a bit off from having kids. I'm only 20. Maybe I'm not in a position to give this advice completely. But I think this is just like a common sense kind of opinion as far as the kids go, right? You don't want to do something that will objectively, like, set them up to be humiliated in school.
But, like, it's not objective, right? That's very subjective, that it could potentially humiliate them. You're using the word objectively wrong. Objectively means it factually, like it's not an objective. It's a subjective thing to have a problem with sex work. It's a subjective thing to have a problem with higher body counts, right? It's really not that big of a deal. I'm sure that the kid will be fine in 20 years or whatever, in 10 years. Who cares?
Well, right? You don't want your family structure, your family as a whole to be invalidated. And doing something like this just makes it completely open to mockery in the future. And
yeah, I'm sure that, like, Adam22's also fucked plenty of other girls, too. So.
Seems like a horrible decision,
And when I told her, I said, I got 3 rules. don't kiss the motherfucker.
Okay, fair.
Don't let him nut on your face.
Okay.
Oh, no money shot.
And I don't want to feel like I have to be cool with you doing it over and over and over after this. I'm like, if I can't handle it, and it's going to be a one and done, then I want to have the right to kind of like make that
What
call.
if this like
All right, that's fair.
makes a
I'm surprised he didn't like want her to not didn't want the guy to like not come inside of her.
crazy back?
It will.
It is weird that this is a trend with e-celebs in general.
Crazy back.
It will.
It is weird that this is a trend with e-celebs in general as of late. I mean, Adam, Destiny, Sneeko. I'm sure there are
Like 3 people out of the thousands of these celebrities. Yeah, it's a whole lot. I don't know. Okay.
a few other examples as well that you guys know of creators who have like an open relationship or go to like parties like this, go to like parties or swinger parties or whatever like Sneeko did. What happened to just normal dating, you know? Remember when there was like cheating scandals? Those are probably not going to happen anymore because
Good. Who cares? Like, I mean, you shouldn't cheat, but who gives a fuck? Why are you? Who gives a shit? What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm getting fucking sliced out, dude. Holy shit, I'm gonna die here. Holy fuck, this guy's like fucking infinite scaling.
everyone knows that everyone's doing it because it literally is the content itself.
Listen, if you jerk off the porn, you can't make any of these arguments. Okay, you jerking off the porn?
And everyone like justifies this kind of relationship on streams everywhere. It's a wild world we live in. With that being said, the question we have to really ask here, and the question I like to ask in any of these scenarios where there's a controversy, where someone's being roasted, okay, where someone's being made fun of, the question I have to ask is how will this actually affect their career? Well, given the facts that 100,000 people calling Adam a file on Twitter didn't seem to put a big dent in anything, I would say he'll be just fine. People already know he and his wife do adult video stuff. They know they have the Plug Talk podcast. It's not a secret. So while this is another step in the direction for Adam and it will cause him to be made fun of, his core
a cuck is when somebody watches somebody have sex with like their partner, and also who cares if he wanted to do that? Who gives a shit?
audience does not seem to really care anyway, and they just want to see him make his podcast. A lot of them probably even like that he did this because they're the type of people to watch his adult content anyway. They're subscribed to the OnlyFans for Plug Talk, so there's really no chance that this will hurt his bottom line in almost any way. As for his reputation, like, yeah, this is taking a bit of a hit, and I feel like Adam has lost a level of respect and clout that he once had. Even
Why? Based on what? What? Because you don't like him as much?
if he can pull numbers, he's kind of just seen as a laughing stock to a lot of people online today, especially in the communities he used to make a ton of money off of, like hip-hop or BMX maybe. But really hip-hop, really the rap community, they're roasting him all the time because he's consistently giving them like little nuggets for them to be like, oh, here's another thing I can pull out of my anytime I want to criticize Adam or make fun of him, right? And this is, you know, a pretty wild one considering the fact that they have a picture of like his wife with the guy. Eventually they're going to have videos of them actually having intercourse, and they have videos of Adam justifying it. I mean, it's kind of the trifecta of the worst possible thing they could, you know, have to make fun of him with. But I would suspect that this is not even close to the last time we're going to hear from Adam. Anyway, that about wraps up this video. If you guys liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike, and drop a comment down below with your thoughts. It's always good to hear what you guys have to say about these situations. I have a feeling you guys are going to have quite a bit to say about this one. Follow my Instagram, TomButDark, and I'll see you all in the next video tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Bye.
I can't believe this game is 30 minutes long. Yeah, who cares? It's not that big of a deal. It's funny. It's still a silly thing, and then nobody really cares. I feel like that's where most people, I think, like trying to like sensationalize it and be like, oh my god, he's lost self-respect by everybody. Blah blah blah. Like it's sensationalizing it. Just trying to make it seem like this a big deal. It's not. Who cares?